goes out to you. But I mean, myself, I don't know a lot about what happened in this incident. This is not something that involved me in any way. Yeah. This is something that took place between people who were not invited to No Jumper, and it is being trotted out and treated as if it was something that I in any way co-signed, that was in any way beneficial to my business. That is absolutely not true. The reality is that the 22ster was not there. The 22ster had gone home. These things took place outside of my building. And I to be totally real,
listen, all y'all people that's connected to No Jumper and y'all go on there and doing your thing and trying to build your brand, or you hanging out in that area, y'all better be careful. Now, I have no inside information. I am a private citizen. Speaking as a private citizen, I'm just going based on street smarts and how different cases have evolved over the years in the public eye. And I can probably bet you that, especially after that incident, right? You just saw the video where Adam 22, he's already trying to come up with his alibis and his distances and all that kind of stuff, because that was a pretty serious incident if it really happened. And I'm telling you, man, and later on in that video, I'm not going to show the clip, but Adam 22 mentioned how he talked to his lawyers and assured him that he should be okay, this, that, and the other. But before I got to that clip where Adam 22 was talking about, oh yeah, I spoke to my lawyers, I just said to myself, this dude is sitting there trying to set up a public alibi and trying to distance himself from this. And then I said I wouldn't be surprised if his legal team put him on to do that. Now, obviously, we would never know that unless Adam 22 revealed that, because, you know, with his attorneys, you have attorney-client privilege and, you know, you have privileged communications. But I'm telling y'all, it ain't worth it. Now, you do whatever y'all want to do. Y'all grown. But I can bet you, especially, and I'm sure before this incident happened where this guy was allegedly brutally attacked. I don't know if it was staged. I don't know if it was real or fake. It seems like it was real. But I can tell you, before that incident, I'm sure law enforcement has been up, No Jumpers behind. I'm sure they've been doing some incognito stuff. But especially after this, oh yeah. So all y'all people, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you better be careful. And I'm going to provide a prediction as well for what I think will possibly happen if things unfold the way I think they will. Because, only time will tell, but I think I got the scoop, not the scoop, but I think I know what's probably going to happen. So in the last few years, right, just going on YouTube, different things, it seems like No Jumper is becoming synonymous as some type of a gang hub or some type of, a gang huddle, a lot of alleged, illicit activity going on, whatever the case may be. I have no proof of that. That's just what some people say, right? So just having that in and of itself is going to draw attention. But now with this video coming out and allegedly the dude, according to what different people have said, the video shows a guy, I'm not going to say his name, but allegedly pulling out a piece, and it's allegedly clear and visible or whatever, right? Now, I don't know if that person is a convicted felon or not. I have no idea. I know there's accusations that he's a gang member, but I will say if he is a convicted felon, that's going to be all bad for him. And not only that, but I think, let me see, how can I word this? Because I'm trying to be careful. I'm not, trying to put, bad information out there. But if he is a convicted felon, that's going to be problematic for him, because what can you say? He would have to lawyer up, all that kind of stuff, right? But there's a possibility that that incident could be used to really strong arm people that are connected to No Jumper. Because if that incident is real, I can almost guarantee you, again, no inside information. I'm a private citizen. I'm just going based on street smarts. I'm going based on how cases develop over the years in the public eye. I could see law enforcement using whatever they already have and then using this incident to try to scare some people connected to No Jumper to figure out what's going on. Now, I'm going to play another video of Adam 22 Let me just play that clip real quick, and then after that clip, then I'll really get into the meat and potatoes.
And it happened outside of No Jumper. Nobody from the No Jumper cast, nobody that gets a paycheck from No Jumper was involved with that fight.
This is true. A lot of people are saying No Jumper employees lined these guys up. There were no Jumper employees involved with this in any way. Loose Cannon does not work here. Loose Cannon was here with someone who was doing a piece of content with me.
Wack had to put the okay down. That's Daddy. Just remember that.
Whack 100.
I'm not going.
Is Whack an employee? I would say no.
No, but he gets a check.
No, but there still is. There's a difference.
He
Whack
did
gets
participate
paid to do episodes with me.
No, he's not a part of No Jumper. I'm not trying to say as far as the lawsuit goes. I don't think it would go far as that goes because it's not.
Okay, so you just seen that clip, and then you're going to combine it with the initial clip that you seen. So it's clear that Adam 22, he's trying to protect his brand. He's trying to protect himself, this, that, and the other. Y'all keep forgetting that Adam 22, he's not a gang member. He has no allegiance. He has no loyalty to any of these people that go on his show. And what y'all don't understand is you don't know, right? If there is a law enforcement agency watching No Jumper and they've compiled stuff and then they add the recent incident, what is to stop a law enforcement agency from approaching Adam 22 to try to scare him into giving up stuff? Now, he has money, he's pretty rich or wealthy, whatever. So I know he would have a legal team, and I'm sure he's smart enough to not talk to the police or anything without, legal representation. But let's just go with this theory. Let me roll it out. Just keeping it real, right? Adam 22 makes a living off of, making black folks look stupid. He makes a living he monetizes the gang culture, the gang activity. He got people that go on acting a fool, and he's benefiting from that, right? And over the last few years, right, just based on different things on YouTube, right, he has, he's been connected to some really serious situations, right? And as a result, it would definitely give a right to, law enforcement to at least question him or talk to him. So let me ask you this, right? Let's say that law enforcement has their eye on certain people maybe that have come on his show or certain people that's connected to No Jumper. Just imagine this. What if law enforcement went to Adam 22 and said, hey, you know what? This stuff happened on your property, it happened on your watch. You were involved. These are people that's connected to your thing, blah, 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 whatever, however they dress it up, however they set it up, right? So they can say, hey, if you don't start talking and you don't start telling us what's going on with so-and-so and so-and-so, we're going to hold you responsible. That is a real possibility. And again, Adam 22 is not a gang member. He has no oath, no loyalty to none of these people. And y'all should know he is going to save his own hide. No matter how many black folks or no matter how many gang members or street dudes go on his show, Adam 22 is still a square. Adam 22 still does not have to abide by these alleged street codes. In my opinion, he will tell. And again, I want to make it clear, I'm a private citizen. I have no inside information. I'm just giving you my prediction of how things could go. So here it is again, right? You had this situation and there could be a possibility. I don't have any information to confirm, but if this dude is a convicted felon and he has a weapon on him, right? Then obviously he's going to have a lot of explaining to do. Remember the show, Lucy, you got a lot of explaining to do. But in that situation, that could be good ammo for law enforcement, right? To try to hit up Adam 22 to try to press him. And if he were to decide to cooperate to save his behind, y'all wouldn't even know it unless he gave it away or something. So I'm telling y'all, especially because from what I understand, right, there's people that go on that show that they're still involved in law enforcement cases or they're under some type of law enforcement surveillance or, ankle monitors, probation, parole, whatever it is, right? Listen, y'all can think I'm crazy. Y'all can think I don't know what I'm talking about. But in my opinion, okay, based on no hardcore facts, in my opinion, I think No Jumper is hot, and I think it could possibly be the beginning of the end for this era. Because you can't tell me that there are no law enforcement agencies that are not honing in on them, or they don't have No Jumper in their crosshairs. Because again, you have people that go on this show and they will talk about stuff that they shouldn't be talking about. You're talking about crimes that can implicate yourselves that, you know, you've never talked about, or whatever the case may be. You're telling on yourself. It's like some of them go on there and they do debriefing videos. You don't think Adam knows a lot of stuff? You don't think some of these other street dudes are probably talking to Adam and giving him information, trying to get close to him to try to get their break? You don't think Adam doesn't know some incriminating stuff? So again, right, if I was an investigator, I'm not an investigator, I'm a private citizen, all that stuff. But if I was assigned the task of, you know, dealing with that, right, one of the things that you have to consider this, with, especially with this recent incident of this brutal attack, right, you would have to imagine that they're going to approach Adam 22, and they're going to approach other people. And that's the other thing. But I'm going to start with Adam first, right? Because Adam, he's not a gang member. He has no allegiance to any of this stuff, and he will roll over. He will tell on everybody to save his own behind. And I want to say he might have said that in a few videos, saying that I'm telling, or I'm going to tell, etc., right? So again, law enforcement could go to him. Hey, here's all the facts about what's going on connected to your brand or on your property, on your watch, or whatever. We want to go after so-and-so, and him and her and whatever. If you don't cooperate with us and give us some of this info to go after them or to get to the bottom of this stuff, we're going to shut you down. We're going to freeze your assets. We're going to do all this stuff. Do y'all not think that he ain't going to talk about it? Now let's move on to the other people that are connected to No Jumper, because a lot of people may not know, but confidential informants are extremely valuable in the law enforcement world, right? We all know that. There's public cases about it. Oh, look at my eyes messing up. All right, I'm sure somebody's going to use that for a blooper. But anyways, you've seen different, news articles and stuff where, it's known that law enforcement, they thrive off of confidential informants, snitches, all that stuff. Because how else do you think these officers, like, let's just say, for instance, right, you could be out in the middle of the desert somewhere in the valley, right? You'd be somewhere in the valley out there, ain't nothing but dirt and mountain. And y'all could be in a gopher hole doing, illegal operations, and all of a sudden the police show up in the middle of nowhere underground and they know exactly where you are. They didn't do that, or they didn't know where you were because they looked in a crystal ball or did an 8-ball. It's because somebody inside told, and probably somebody snitched or whatever, and it went from there. So another tactic that law enforcement can use, right? People that are connected to No Jumper, and again, private citizen. I have no proof that any of these people are under any investigation. I have nothing. I'm just doing hypotheticals of how things could possibly play out, right? So let's say if they do Adam 22, right, and he decides to do it, right? Well, there's a lot of people that have come on No Jumper over the years, and even in recent times, right? You never know what some of these people are dealing with. You don't know what kind of paperwork they have. And the police could start going to people individually, laying stuff out. Hey, this is what's going on. You were here when this happened, or we believe you had direct knowledge. If you don't cooperate, we're going after you. And I can promise you, because I don't even go into that, but I can promise you that there are going to be people that are connected to No Jumper. Right? Again, no inside information. I'm just going based on how things work in life. Everybody that's connected to the No Jumper brand ain't loyal. All of them are not going to follow the G code. The same thing in the gang, same thing in the streets. So you can bet your bottom dollar that at some point, if they do decide to go individually to people, there's going to be people that will become confidential informants. They're going to provide information. That's just how it works. So I'm just, I ain't going to go on too long about this video, but it kind of hit different because you already know, if you've seen some of my other videos early on, I've been very critical of Adam 22 because I feel like he's a culture vulture. I feel like he just monetizes embarrassing the black community, and he loves it. And here's the other thing I want to bring up. So Adam 22, right? He likes to dib and dab with this gang stuff, and and he wants to play the role. No, I'm just a journalist. No, I'm just this, I'm just that. Well, let me give you a quick example, right? When you go to war, right? Now, I've never been in the military, but you see things on TV, right? Where you have people that they're a part of the press, and they'll have some type of insignia on the front or the back saying that they're press. So in theory, they're supposed to be off limits. They're in a war zone, but they're supposed to be off limits because they're just reporting the news. So generally speaking, they're supposed to be safe. In my opinion, I think that's what Adam 22 thinks he is. He thinks because he's connected to this gang culture, this street culture, and he's getting people on here talking about different gang beefs and, No Jumper allegedly fans the flames in the streets, right? When all these things go bad or, with this incident that happened allegedly on No Jumper property, with this brutal situation, in my opinion, Adam 22 tries to legitimately say, hey, no, I'm not a part of that. I'm not connected. I'm just the press. You can have people going on the show. One dude is dissing another set, and then the dude from that set goes on and he disses the other set as payback, and then it spills in the streets or whatever it could be, right? Adam 22 is still in the middle of a lot of that. And he tries to act like, oh no, I'm with the press. You can't touch me. That's not the rules. But the problem is Adam 22 is not dealing with regular people. Adam 22 is dealing with street people that go by a different code. And although he may feel like he's not like them or they can't touch him, he can be touched. He can be touched the same way with me, right? With the experience of working over the years in the jails and the prisons, it doesn't matter if you have a badge and whatever the case may be, you can still be touched if you cross a certain line. Now, I'm not making any threat towards him. I'm just talking about how he thinks he's in a certain reality that he's not. And I'm just keeping it real. And I want to say this last part, and I'm going to wrap this up. I don't care how down Adam 22 tries to seem. I don't care how cool you think he is. I don't care how cool y'all think y'all are with him or whatever. Never forget. Now, this is going to sound racist, but it's not my intent at all. I need to keep it real, right? Because there's a lot of people that are confused. Never forget, right? Adam 22, even though he got the tats on his face, he's still a white man in America. He still has the ability to switch up. He has the resources and the means and the support to completely detach himself from this gang culture that he has made a gang of money on. He can switch it up. He can get out of that stuff and do something totally different. And he can be okay. And he has the legal resources to do that. But never forget that you're not like him. You can't do what he can do, right? You've heard the old saying that your sin is your skin or something like that. I can't remember the exact thing, right? But never forget, you can't switch it up. You don't have the ability to detach from that and to just do this brand new life like he can. So don't ever get it twisted that y'all are connected at the hip and that y'all gonna be bosom buddies forever. Because again, he is not from the streets. He's not connected to that, and he can switch up, but you can't. Now, I don't know, man. I'm trying to be careful what I say, but it's like, it's sad, man, when you see people that go on that show, and some of the people, they have a genuine talent. They have a lot of charisma, a lot of spunk. They could build an empire, a social media empire on their own, just doing their own thing. But it's just sad because this culture vulture thing, it's like, when will people in the black community start betting on themselves? When will they start supporting their own and trying to build their brand? Because let's keep it real, right? You have different black personalities that go on a show because they're trying to, and I don't blame them for that. They're trying to boost their platform or build their brand so that way they can branch off and do stuff. But I can tell you, man, some of the people that's on that show that might be trying to do that, they're good enough and they can do that stuff on their own. They can promote on their own. You know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real. The only thing that keeps Adam 22 in business is the black folks and the black culture that comes on there. That is who people want to see. And all he does is he just sits there, facilitates it, and counts that bread. So I ain't trying to talk down on, none of the folks that go on that show or whatever. I understand you trying to make money, you trying to live, you trying to do all that stuff. I get it. But it's like, man, start betting on yourself. Start hitting up other black, promoters or other people that's trying to do, stuff in that genre. Because again, I ain't going to mention no names on there, right? But I have seen some people on there that they could be a rock star on social media without him. You know what I'm saying? But I just wish we could get to a point as a community to where, again, we can start betting on ourselves. We start pulling resources together, start doing our own thing, things of that nature, right? So I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want to go on too long. I don't know how many minutes I'm at. But I'm telling y'all, man, y'all can do whatever you want to do, right? And again, I have no inside information. I have no facts. I have no evidence, no anything. I'm just providing my own opinion and speculation. But if I was a betting man, I would bet that No Jumper is hot right now. And it will probably be in a lot of people's best interest, especially people that have open cases or people that are, I don't know, they're on parole or probation or whatever the case may be, right? Especially all those types of folks. They better stay away from that place, man. Now, this is not to, I'm not trying to put a what do they call it? A thing in the spoke or in the wheel or whatever. I ain't trying to do that. I'm not trying to hinder nobody, but I'm just providing my perspective. You know what I'm saying? So until the next one, holla at your boy.